Hi there. I've got a little video here. We're going to talk about using zeros to find the polynomial and also what a multiplicity means or what it tells you. So we're going to start off with this problem here. We're to find a polynomial of degree 3 with the following characteristics. The zeros are at 1, -2, and 3, and also f of 2 equals 8. So we start off first by realizing that if my zeros are 1, -2, and 3, well, I can turn those zeros into factors. So the factors are x minus 1, x plus 2, and x minus 3. And if that's all we were asked to do to find a polynomial with those zeros, we would be done. But f of 2 equals 8 adds a new wrinkle to our problem. So essentially what we want to find is f of x is equal to some polynomial with these correct zeros, but it may have a coefficient. That coefficient would be what allows us to determine that when x is 2, y, or f of x, is equal to 8. So what we do is we replace the y value, the f of x, with 8, and we replace all the x's with 2, and we see what we get. Now that a is there to ensure that we correctly calculate a coefficient if necessary. And by looking at the work here, it looks like we need a coefficient of -2. So we don't just have the correct factors, x minus 1, x plus 2, and x minus 3, but we also need this coefficient here. Here's another example. This example introduces the idea of multiplicity. Multiplicity just means you have that zero more than once. In this case, a multiplicity of 2 means 3 is a zero twice, or in other words, it turns into the factor x minus 3, but it appears 2 times, once here and once here. So I take my zeros, -2 and 3, I change them into factors. Because I want f of 5 to equal 14, I need to see what my coefficient's going to be. So f of 5 equals 14, so my f of x gets replaced with 14, and all my x's get replaced with 5, and we'll see what value a has. When I work all that out, a is equal to a half, so the equation I'm looking for is down here in red. F of x equals 1/2 times x plus 2 times x minus 3 times x minus 3. You could also write this as x minus 3 to the second power. Thanks.